Hello everybody and welcome to another custom Conan Exiles map tutorials, and this is going to be, if I remember right, it's 22. So we're on 22s. Can't believe that. Alright, so what we're going to cover in this tutorial, let me look at my notes. We're going to do the in-game map setup, and I'm just going to give you a blank template, and then we'll do map markers, and we'll work on hopefully teleports. We'll see if we get to teleports if we have enough time. So let's go ahead and let me transfer to my display and we'll get into this. All right, got my map open. All right, let's get it into a nice place over here. Just kind of maneuver myself. All right, so I can come back to that spot here in a little bit. All right, so if we go to our content browser, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it available to you. These files here, I created a folder called in-game map folder. You can go ahead and create one yourself, and I'll have these linked in the description of the video, so you can go ahead and download these. But what I did is I went ahead and made just a blank gray map with grids on it. Okay, and I'll give you these templates as well, so you have the grid coordinate template, so you can actually see the grids, etc. Okay, so I'll provide those. And the world map mask, I'll provide that as well. But what we'll need to do first, to actually get it to where we can actually open this map up in-game, we have to edit our map data table. So we'll go over here to our mod folder. We're going to go down to our preload, I believe it is, and we're going to go to our map data table. Okay, and on our map data table, if you recall, we have all these other entries here. Okay, so we have the Barachan Isles as the name of my localized map. Okay, our database, etc. Now right here you got full screen map texture and full screen map mask. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and drop this down here like so. I'm going to go back up to my in-game map folder. And what you can do is you can just drag the texture over, and I'm going to plug that gray texture in, and then I'm going to take the map mask, I'm going to plug that in. Okay, now the other thing we need the other file we need is I got the texture coordinates, so I'm going to include that text file as well. But what we have to do is on the map coordinates and spans, we got to set these up so that the render camera, or where your character stands in game, it's very accurate. So when you go out and you zoom in on your map, your character is next to the tree that you're next to, and etc. on your map. So it gets it as close as possible. So I have the text file for these. I'm going to set those up here in a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and file and save. Make sure I save that right there. And let me see if I can go ahead and find my folder real quickly. I am going to have to pop out here and move that real quick. Let me see. Where did my folder go? Tutorial series. So there we go. All right, and let me get my map coordinates. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just kind of leave this minimized, go back here to our content folder, and I'm going to go to my data table once again, under our preload, excuse me. All right, and I'll have these on the text notepad, already written down the coordinates, and this is going to give us the accurate size. The southwest image is 0, 0. I don't know why. This is the way I've kind of copied it from a previous custom map setup, and it seems to work. But what you can do is just take these coordinates here, actually highlight them. I think we got to take the parenthesis. I'm going to double check. You just hit copy here, and then you can right click and hit paste here, and it'll plug in the coordinate like so. All right, so we'll do that for the next one. So you have to get the parentheses. I'm going to copy and hit paste here like so. Do the world span, copy our world span, paste here, and I'm going to get the northeast image, copy, and we'll just you see how it lights up in gray? All you do is right click in there and hit paste, and it pastes it in for you, so you don't have to sit there and do the entries and click because it takes much more time. And then the image span is the last one. Copy, right click, hit paste here, and then we'll save our data table. I'm going to minimize this text pad. Go ahead and expand my editor back. So everything should be plugged in now. static map markers table. I believe that it has to be our vanilla right now, our vanilla map markers. So I'm going to type markers, map markers. Yep, like so. This is going to give us the vanilla table for now, but we have to create a custom one of this. All right. So what we need to do, I'm just going to open it up here, and what you do is you just look at it. Okay, and 253 is the last known number entry. Okay, but you also got to think too, if you run any other mods like on your custom map that are not map editing mods, but like you know, locations, things like that. As far as people might put a map table to mark out a building or something. Weird things like that, they can actually put coordinates in. You can do some fun stuff with it if you really delve into it. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have a number that follows this or higher. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to create a map marker table. And I got to remember which one that is. But I just put in the vanilla one for now so we could see what our information is going to be. And we also need to do that on our mod controller. So go to our data tables folder, right click, and we're going to go miscellaneous, and we're going to go data table. Now we have to pick a structure, so I think we just type map markers, and we should have a map marker table row right here. We click that one, hit OK, and that's going to give us a new one, and I'm going to call this Barachin _ map markers. Actually, I should put Barachin Isles map markers. Okay, open that up. Yep, there we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a new row with the plus sign here. All right, and I'm going to start with the row number. I'm just going to start with row number. Let's go with 1,000. Okay, so I'm going to start with 1,000, just in case Funcom does any more. You know, SIPTA, things like that. They got some weird stuff going on. All right, and for our first map marker, I'm just going to put test spot. And for the icon, there's some random icons in here. I'm just going to go ahead and grab something and map. I think it's icon. Yeah, I think it's icon _ map or icon. You can go icons, go to the view options here, scroll up. There you go. And you can find it through the content browser too, but I usually just kind of go through here and I'll zip through with my mouse wheel. And you can find different icons. You can even use these in-game items as well if you want to. I'm just looking for a standard map icon. And we're getting close, I think. Just got to scroll through this mess. Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm getting into some icons. All right, so I am going to grab, you know, for fun. We'll just use that one, shrug shoulders, okay? And then up here, we got the location file. Save real quick. All right, so we have to have this location data. So what we can do is I'm going to go ahead and just minimize this. And for on our island here, I'm going to go ahead, come over here, and in my content browser, I'm going to go up here real quick and go to the environment, and I'm going to grab under buildings, I'm going to type anchor, A-N-C-H, anchor, all right? Now on our anchor, I got it selected. Over here in our details panel, all right, you can see where it says location transform. Right click, when it grays out like this, hit copy. And what we can do is then go back to our data table, our map marker data table, right click in here and hit paste. And what this is doing is it's going to register this icon on our map at the location of the anchor. Okay, so using the transform location information where the actual anchor is sitting, whether high or low. Right now it's perfect, but we can raise this up and get the different coordinate if we need to. All right, we're going to hit save. All right, so now the next step is down here, discovery radius. Now this is 4,000 Unreal units, UU units. You can set this to increase it further out if you want players to get it a lot earlier, or if you want it to where they have to be right up on top of it, just reduce this number here. But this is a good standard number, 4,000 Unreal units before it will ding on the map and give you this place is discovered. Okay. All right, and the other step to this too, and we have to set up our experience. You also can set up a journey event too if you need to, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just giving you the basics. All right, so we'll go to our content folder real quick, and let's type up here in our content. Let's type map. I think it's map XP. Let me see. Let me type marker real quick again, and let me type filters. Let me go to filters and go to miscellaneous. Go data table. All right, markers. Now one of these is there's one for the experience. I'm trying to remember what the experience table for the map markers was. I might have to do this the old-fashioned way to jogger my memory here, but you can get experience based on the area that you've discovered, and I'm trying to remember what that was named. I do apologize, I forgot what it was. I thought I'd remember off the top of my head. DT Exiles Journey XP table. I believe that's it there. Let me double check. No, I don't think it's the Journey XP table. DT system level. I do apologize. I'm trying to remember what it was. I thought it was a separate table. It might be the Journey table. I'm just trying to remember. This is embarrassing. I can't remember off the top of my damn head what it was. I should have double checked and made sure I remember what the name of it was. There's just so much. There's so many more data tables now. I completely forgot how much more has been added to the game. Let me see. Jesus, there's so many. I thought it was. Okay, let me type XP one more time. Let me see XP. Maybe it's under here and I'll remember it. Map discovery table. Sorry. Gosh, geez. Snow. Okay, so map discovery table. So you open up this and you have a table with the experience based off the discovery areas on your map. So what you can do, obviously we can create another one of these in our folder. So map discovery. So I'm going to go back down to my mod folder here. Sorry about that, guys. It just completely blew my mind. I couldn't remember what it was. Right click in here and go to miscellaneous and go to data table, and let's type map discovery XP structure. All right, hit OK, and Brachin Isles map XP map discovery XP. Excuse me. And so that first row, create a row. That first row, obviously, I started with 1,000, so that's exactly what we're going to go. 1,000 on the row name, okay. And the XP, I'm just going to go give it. Let's give it 1,000, like so. File and save. Okay. So now we have the XP table. We have the map marker table created. Now what we have to do is on our preloader, we have to turn off the filter. Let me hit save all real quick so I don't lose any of our work real quick here. And what we need to do is we need to put it on the preload so that way we can merge the data tables. All right, so let's open up our preloader. MC preload, our mod controller. Go over here and I'm just going to go ahead and copy Control V and just paste this. And I'm going to paste another one. Control V. All right, connect this up. Connect this one up. And then we're going to call this map markers. And we want the vanilla map marker. And then we want to get our map marker. And mine being the Brachin Isles map marker the added table. And our discovery XP. So just type discovery, the vanilla, and then our discovery. Like so. Compile and save that. All right, so now what we should be able to do now is I should be able to go over here and we should be able to hit play. I believe I have a character set up, hopefully. I did have to reinstall the dev kit. I had some issues today, but we'll see. We'll see what time we're at. We're at 15 minutes already? Okay, good. All right, we're going to hit play here. Now, hopefully, we load in here. I should be able to open up the map. We should be able to see it, I believe, if everything corresponds correctly and I set everything up right. We should be able to see our map. So we'll load in here. All right, starting location, Conan Sandbox. Okay, so we're loading the database up. Goodness gracious, I played this earlier. It's taking a sweet time again. All right, so once we get this part done, I think we'll go into the teleports, hopefully, if everything functions correctly from here. Teleports are not too hard to do. Should be a pretty quick process. But this will get you with the in-game map, and then what you can do is you can actually export the map and to your desktop, opening up a paint program, paint on it, draw on it, whatever you want to do. Some people do their own custom maps and creation through map programs, like WonderDraft. I showed you about in the at the very beginning of this tutorial series. WonderDraft's a really nice program to create maps with if you want. If you're that, you really want to customize your own thing and you're going to be playing Conan Exiles for a long time, then that's one way. There's also a render map tool. Hopefully I'll be able to get you that tool to where you can actually just take a snapshot of your in-game map and export it, and then take it to convert it to a HD map, put the map grid on it and all that fun jazz. Customize it the way you want, and then import it back into the engine and your map folder and play. And I do not know why it's taking so damn long, but it's taking a little bit for us. Sorry about that, guys. I do apologize. It's eating into our tutorial time. All right, here we go. I don't have a character created because obviously it wants me to create another one. We'll just do what it says. All right, so let's go ahead and create another character real quick in our character creation area. I'm just going to go ahead and create her so we can just run around and be done. All right, she looks pretty brutal. All right. All right, and we'll get into changing background screens, loading screens, etc. too eventually. But for now, you just have to deal with those because they're not high priority. The high priority right now is getting you guys up to speed to where you can get the basics of your map put together, and we'll go into more advanced stuff later on. But let's just get you the basics, get you started out. Some of those big questions like, well, how do I get the map markers to appear? How do I get an in-game map? Etc. How do I teleport? That sort of thing. So this is a way to get you started. And once we're loaded in here, and the longer it takes here, it's like you're shortening my tutorial time. I like to keep these to 30-minute videos as much as possible because I know how people are strapped for time. I do apologize. I don't know why it's taking so damn long. I've had the editor opened all day, back and forth, and compiling and fixing some mods today. And I have no idea why it's being so sluggish, but it's being sluggish. So has to happen during tutorial time. So, but I do appreciate your guys' support. I hope you're enjoying the tutorials and it's making sense to you. Like I said, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the community chat in the Patreon forum, and I will answer those questions when I get them. I try to look at least every couple days. I'll look to see if anybody's communicated a message or asked a question. So please do bear with me. I'll try to get to you as soon as I can, or ping me in the Discord. I should have a Patreon channel, so if I have not added you to the Patreon channel, DM me or join my Discord channel, and I will get you in there. And that way you can ask questions through there if you don't want to ask it in the Patreon community forum. Um, there's so many social platforms, and I'm trying to keep it limited to one or two. That way I don't lose you or lose touching base with you guys. So, all right. Well, this is getting it's dragging out here. Good Lord, it's an empty map. Why is it taking so long? It's the dev kit for you. It's acting like it's trying to figure itself out from a hole in the ground. I know I have some machine problems too. I think my motherboard's starting to go bad as well. So it could be what's causing me some load times and issues like that too. Sadly. Black Friday sales, here we come, right? Come on, load in. Oh, here we go. All right, input settings. It needed to do all that stuff. All right. All right. All right, I started at the waterfall of all places, my starting area. What a place to start out, right? Facing the water like, oh my God, what did I just load into? An ocean of doom. Okay. All right, so we're on our custom map. So far I've been lucky. I haven't had the footstep splash bug. So far the footsteps are actually splashing when you're walking in the shallow water, but on my Empire Stygia map, there's a in-game water bug on the map for some reason. But so far I haven't been plagued on this map with it yet. So, thank God. Alright, so we're looking for our anchor real quick, so let's run over that way. And like I said, I do apologize for this thing taking its sweet time. I'm trying to get this tutorial knocked out and get us quickly on course here. Alright, so as we're running along, we're looking for our anchor. There she is. And what should happen is when we get within proximity, it's supposed to ding. And there we go. Here's our test spot. Okay. And I should be able to open it. And on our map, it's saying that we're up here in the corner. And that's pretty close to proximity, I believe. Because we are like really close to the map edge for the most part over that corner. So that's pretty good. So that's our in-game map. So everything's all set up. We're just not going to see any continents or anything because I don't have an actual render screenshot. I just want to give you guys a basic template so you can see and plot it out. Okay. And what we could do real quickly, just to test something. Let me go to admin panel. I'm going to go into fly mode real quick. And okay, I think I showed you guys this. You can go hit the tilde key next to your 1 key to do this. Type slow-mo. Oops. S-L-O-M-O. And I'm going to do 25. And that's going to speed up the server speed. And that should allow me to fly. And I'm doing this for a reason. Real quick. Because what I want to try to do is find the map edge. And we should be able to run into the corner. The collision, it should stop us. Because I'm not going to ghost mode it. Okay, I think we're on the edge now. Alright, and let me make sure I'm on this corner. Yep, okay, so we're definitely in the corner of the map. And I'm just going to open up our map again. And so, zooming in and out, we're just going to kind of disappear a little bit until I drag the map over. But we are pretty much on the edge, okay, of the map. Okay. So now what I should be able to do is I should be able to just go back over here and our test spot, and I'm just going to control, and it should be able to teleport us right over there. And there we are. And I'm going to quickly get rid of food and hunger there. All right. And use the slow-mo. Just do the same thing, tilt key, slow-mo, and then just slow-mo 1, and it'll reset the server speed back. All right, so that set up our in-game map. All right, so our in-game map setup. All right, we have, I got 5 minutes, so I'm go ahead and I should be able to knock out the teleport real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and save the teleport for the next tutorial. So basically, we got the in-game map set up. We got the map markers. We got the map XP set up, so you'll get the experience points. You can set it up so every location gives your players some experience, etc. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can really cover, so I do apologize. We'll just go ahead and we'll do teleports in the next one because I want to be able to show you a couple of neat tricks with that, and plus we're going to need an extra sub-level map, come to think of it. That way, when it comes to teleports, you have to be able to shoot from one place to the other, and with level streaming, like I said before, you have to be able to go from tile to tile. As the tiles load in, you have to be able to jump that tile and force the map to load in. Otherwise, you can have teleports on the wrong level or not correctly set up, and you'll teleport to the area and you'll fall through the world because the map didn't load because it doesn't know that it needs to load in. And with the teleport set up on a sub level, that helps keep that from happening. There's a whole little thing we got to kind of mess with to get that set up. So we'll go ahead and do that in the next tutorial, okay guys? So let me go ahead and let me switch back over to my display, from my display back here to the video. So there you go, that covers the custom map. I will work on trying to get you a render tool. You can build your own. There's some tutorials online. It's just a tool that you can use in game to go ahead and take an overhead snapshot of the entire world map. It's pretty cool. I have one for the Empire Stygia. I'll see about trying to get a hold of one and set you guys up. I don't know if I'll be able to export the one I have to where you guys can use it. I have to see about doing that because you got blueprint references, and if you break those, then you have a world of hurt, and then you have a blueprint that's not compiling correctly or whatever, and then you have a mod that doesn't cook and you're all pissed off and you can't upload it until you get it cooked right and packaged up so you can upload it to Steam. All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching this tutorial. Hopefully that explains a lot. And like I said, join my Discord if you don't want to talk in the community Patreon for any questions or anything you have. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do better for you. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these short as much as possible. That way, because I know some of you guys and gals work and you have things you have to take care of. And you just want to be able to knock out a tutorial in 30 or 40 minutes. I'll do that. Sometimes I'll preempt the tutorial. Hey, this is going to be an hour long, just in case you have an hour, because I don't want to eat up your time. And sometimes some of these steps take a little longer than I want. And of course, obviously, the machine being as slow as it is. So hopefully in the next one, the tutorial should go smoother, and I'll get those teleports knocked out for you in the next video. All right, guys, thank you. Thanks for your support. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.